So, we woke up this morning to find out that the EU has also imposed retaliatory tariffs on the United States of America. Okay. As of right now, as of this morning, the EU has unanimously voted to impose 10 to 25% tariffs on US goods. Okay. It is a full blown trade war. That's like $23 billion worth in products, 115 plus selected US goods. So they are being very specific on who they're imposing tariffs on. This is 23 million, and they're specifically targeting red states, which I appreciate and I found extremely interesting. Soybeans, orange juice, motorcycles, things that you find primarily in middle America. Um, they said, this is the EU considers US tariffs unjustified and damaging, causing economic harm to both sides as well as the global economy. Listen, the stock market has been free falling. NASDAQ trade all over the world has been free falling these last couple of days, and it is not over. Now, along with the EU, we know that China ain't playing no games with Trump right now. Okay, so China, they in the United States initially imposed a 34% tariff. China said, I bet we'll meet you where we meet you, 35% tariffs on you. And then Trump, he can't be, he's just too arrogant. Okay. So he decided to impose 50% more and then 30% more. Right now, we are at 104% tariffs. Okay. So to bring in anything from China is going to cost you 104% tariff charge, which is insane. So then China decided to turn around and say, you know what? Because China has some laws. Yes, China makes bootlegs or whatever, but they make them a little different. Basically, not to step on the brands or designers' toes. Mind you, most of these brands send their things to China to get made. We're talking about headphones, vacuum cleaners. We're talking about pots, crock pots, stuff like that, right? Everyday items. China said, I just had to laugh. China's like, so since we have y'all schematics or whatever, they voted yesterday to make it now legal in China for their manufacturers to create complete duplicates of American products, not anybody else's products, of American products, aka those expensive Dyson vacuum cleaners. China is on some, we'll make it, we'll create it, and we'll sell it for a fifth, a sixth, a tenth of the cost. Okay. And it will work just as good as yours with the same technology. So, this is what China has decided they're going to do. And I don't know what to say. I'm mad at China. I'm mad that we are in this position to begin with. These countries have to defend themselves. I wish it wasn't like this, and I wish we wouldn't have to deal with this. But the reality is that when we say middle America voted for this, we mean middle America voted for this. We know tourism is down all around. Even Las Vegas is talking about they're having dire problems. Okay. You see a lot of companies, especially tourism, saying, because apparently a lot of our tourism comes from Canada, right? They come here a lot. Right? They go to Vegas a lot. They go to Florida a lot, New Hampshire area, and they are canceling their vacations by the thousands. Okay. So it is crazy. It is insane. And a lot of the companies, I found it really, I saw this news article. No, I saw this video basically with this guy who runs a resort. It is promoted to Canadians, right? I think he's a dual citizen, but he voted here and he votes for Trump. And even though he lost about 90% of his reservations, he's still, talking about he's so still okay that he voted for Trump. Listen, these people are losing their 401ks. Okay, the stock market is crashing. It is insane. Everything so many people have worked generations for is literally like dwindling by the day. Okay. And it's happening to everybody. But for some reason, these MAGA nuts don't seem to fully comprehend that your money isn't coming back, right? Your business isn't coming back. And one of these days, having one of those Make America Great Again hats tucked away in your attic or whatever is going to be the equivalent of your grandchildren finding a Nazi flag. I hope they get every damn thing they deserve. I hope the rest of you ladies, the 92% and the 80% of men who follow me, we have been preparing for this for a couple of months. So just hold on tight. And at the end of the day, we have each other's back. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it.